Warning, the following review contains some fucking offensive language. Chibi Neko here, and it's Christmas time! Yee! Oh, the Christmas season is here, and my present to you is to do a review of a Christmas special. Yee! I know I neglected to do one last year, but life was getting in the way, too much things wanted to go, but I'm gonna make it up to you. Especially with this year, my videos have been Yes, I did a couple of reviews, and yes, I did a couple of top lists, but not as many as I would have liked to, so I'm going to make it up to you all by reviewing a Christmas special of one of my favorite TV shows, The Trailer Park Boys. As I mentioned in my top 10 favorite TV shows, one of the reasons I love this show is because of how much it reminds me of small community life on the East Coast. And believe it or not, I myself grew up in a trailer. Yeah, for real. No, it wasn't in a park, but small crime did not just exist in my hometown. But every town seemed to have guys like Bubbles, Ricky, and Julian in it. People who commit crimes that are so petty or harmless that no one even cared. And most of the time the cops knew about it, but it just wasn't worth their time to make any arrests. I mean it could be someone who's just smoking pot, selling loose cigarettes, underage kids in a cabin drinking booze. Go to any small community and people be like, oh yeah, there's guys like that. This is why I think the show was such a success, especially here in its native Canada. It was relatable humor that many of us encountered, or at least grew up with. So when the Trailer Park Boys came out with a Christmas special, I'll admit, I was pretty curious. Well, just think about it. How can dope smoking, chicken finger eating, drunken thieves do anything with involving Christmas? I think that alone was a selling factor. Curiosity. As we all know, each Trailer Park Boys episode is titled, so naturally this one is called Dear Santa Claus, Go Fuck Yourself. I would continue this review with a fuck counter, but given the nature of the show, the poor thing will be broken by the 10-minute mark, so I think I'll disable the thing now just to play it safe. The opening itself is very heartwarming to me. It takes place in 1997. The nostalgia rush just overtakes me. I don't know about you, but having grown up in a small community, tacky Christmas decorations were the norm. Plastic candles, snowmen, rainbow lights they were all something everyone had. It's one of my fondest Christmas memories. Today everything is so professionalized. Everything is now blue, white, and silver. But when I was a teenager, everyone bought their decorations during the 1980s and did not seem to switch over until the 2000s. And because my family was cheap, we decorated our tree with seashells we collected while hauling lobster pots. I wish I was kidding. Because this special takes place in 1997, it's a prequel, so we see certain origins. Everything starts off with Julian bailing Ricky out of jail, and as an added Christmas bonus, he gives him his grandmother's car, which will someday become the shipmobile.
Tebow!
Naturally, Ricky is pissed because he now can't get wasted in jail. I can't say much about the prison culture in Nova Scotia, but here in Newfoundland, it's more like the Republic of Doyle. With the latest riot happening in the prison chapel, I can totally see Christmas in Her Majesty's Penitentiary be a real treat. Of course, the main goal of this is to keep Lucy, who was Ricky's old flame, off his back.
Julian is so obvious sometimes. He's going around telling everyone he's getting Ricky out of jail so that Ricky and Lucy can spend some quality time together. That's such crap. He's just tired of Lucy trying to bang him all the time and wants to pawn her off on Ricky.
And with that out of the way, Julian is free to carry on with his holiday money-making schemes.
Christmas to me is about one thing: money.
A few side stories occur throughout this commotion. Bubbles, longing for his family to return, attaches himself to Ricky and Julian despite the risks.
Hey boys, listen, you guys gonna be doing anything illegal? No, well, yeah, a little bit. Not too bad.
Can I go with you? I'll just wait in the car.
If you want to. Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah, I do. I want to.
Cool, this is gonna be fun, Bubs.
Regular viewers are aware that Bubbles' parents left him when he was really young, but we never knew the details as to why. But at the very beginning of the special, we see Bubbles keeping a present under his bed that was left by his parents, and vows not to open it until his family returns. We'll come back to this later.
Every Christmas, it's the same thing. These presents staring me in the face saying, open me, but I said I wouldn't open it until I was with my family, and...
But now that Ricky's out of jail, he wants to make amends with Lucy. But to do that, he has to get a list of presents for her and his daughter Trinity. So he agrees to work for Julian to get the money and presents. And we also get to meet Randy, or who I like to call the park's king of poor life choices.
Okay, I am a male prostitute, and I've had a couple drinks.
My God, you poor thing. Go on, get in my car and warm up. Do you like cheeseburgers, huh?
Miss Leahy's Spirit of Charity invites Randy to stay in her trailer so long as he helps out.
He's going to be staying with us for a little while, just temporarily. I thought that he could help you out around the park, you know, for a bit of food and a place to stay.
The rest writes itself.
Well, Randy, why don't you elf off, have a look around the park? I don't think you're going to be staying with us too long.
How come you got an elf suit on?
Right on, man.
Don't I deserve it? Leahy! You want to help me win a contest, little elf? Sure. Starts with a little drinky pool.
Hey, guess what? It's 12:01. You can officially start to drink.
Well, pretty much after 30 minutes of doing a lot without getting anything done, Julian pretty much faces the fact that his business is failing. The trees that he sold have been taken by the police, and Mr. Leahy cuts the power to the park, which ruins the Christmas light contest.
Would anyone be willing to tell me who they bought the Christmas tree from this year?
I don't know! Would anyone here like to suck my cock?
That's mine.
You're brilliant, Mr. Leahy.
Thanks, Randy.
The climax of the special is very heartwarming and shocking at the same time. The shocking part was that the local church actually agreed to have the scene filmed in it. Ricky attempts to sell dope outside and during the service, and the cursing is enough to make the stained glass windows cry with holy oil.
You write your little letter to Santa Claus yet, Ricky?
Oh, that's pretty fucking funny. Actually, I did. You know how it starts? Dear Santa Claus, go fuck yourself.
You just tell me to go fuck myself, Ricky.
Yeah, Santa Claus, go fuck yourself.
But after it's said and done, Ricky has an epiphany.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just had one of those brain-learning things pop in my head that wasn't there a second ago, and it's about time to think of me around that basically, what is Christmas? You know, I just got out of jail, which was awesome. You know, in jail we don't have presents and lights and trees. We just get stoned and drunk. And it's the best time. You know, I get out here and I'm all stressed out. My girlfriend breaks up with me. And I mean, that's not what Christmas should be. It should be getting drunk and stoned with your friends and family, people that you love. My friend Bubba's been trying to teach me what Christmas really is, and I wasn't listening to him. I was at the mall stealing stuff and everything else. Now I realize, and he's back at the trailer park by himself right now. And I'm going to go back there with him, and I'm going to get drunk and stoned. And everybody in here should do the same thing. Get drunk and stoned with your families. If you don't smoke dope or drink, just spend time with your families. It's awesome. Merry Christmas. I'm going to get drunk and stoned with my friend Bubbles right now.
Throughout the entire episode, Bubbles wanted nothing more but to have his family return for Christmas, which made him want to substitute them with his friends. But then he realizes that it was his friends who were there for him more than his family ever was. And it made him question what family really was to begin with, just as much as Ricky did in the church. After a clever demonstration with the cigarettes, Ricky explains that family doesn't have to be blood, and that he can now open his present.
You see this, buddy? Just a smoke, right? Check this out.
You can't break the secrets.
That's right, buddy. And that's family. We're your family. We gotta stick together no matter what happens.
You guys are my family.
That's right, so you can open your gift now. You have to throw it in the fire.
I can open it. I'm with my family.
It is here that we finally learn the entire context of what happened to Bubbles' parents.
Dear Bubbles, Merry Christmas. I'm sorry we're not there with you. It was the hardest thing I've ever done when me and your dad had to pack up and leave you. But some very dangerous men were coming after your daddy for his gambling, fighting and shooting his mouth off, drunk down at the Legion. Oh my God. We never wanted to put you into any jeopardy, so we had to leave fast. Hopefully someday you'll understand.
This is perhaps one of the most warm and fuzzy feelings I've ever gotten from a holiday special. And it came from the Trailer Park Boys of all people. Yes, they break the law. Yes, they do drugs. But they truly love each other no matter how bad things get. And even in jail, they don't turn their backs on one another. And that's not just friendship. That's family.
A letter from my mom.
Well, now it's New Year's Day 1998, and the Christmas hangover is evident, and resolutions are being announced. And it all continues into the first season.
Anyway, I got smoking beat and quit drinking. That's going to be easy. And I'm trying to set some higher goals for myself. Thinking about maybe going back to school, get my grade 10. That's the sort of stuff I think Lucy wants to see. And, you know, it helps little Trinity get things going on in her head because she saw me do them, and that helps Ford to help with her thinkings. And I don't know, it's time for me to grow up and be a responsible man, and I think I'm there.
And that's the Trailer Park Boys Christmas special. While it is a relatively new special, it's definitely earned its way to being one of my favorites. Not just because it's the Trailer Park Boys, but surprisingly because of what it stands for. The people in the show are rough around the edges. They have real problems, and everything is less than PC. It shows us that even in a less than perfect society, a good heart still lingers in everybody, even if they do sell dope in church. The seeing good in everybody is not just something we should have with us at Christmas time, but it should be carried all year round. Even if you haven't seen the series, the special stands really well on its own, so if you're 18 or older, definitely give it a watch. This is Chibi Naiko signing out, and happy holidays!